Greetings, everybody, and welcome to another Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm Stephanie with Archangel Education and Technology, and this week we are sharing tips and tricks to keep your Google Drive organized and looking its best. So let's start with my Google Drive. I have a relatively empty Google Drive right now, but we know that when we create a new Google Doc or sheet or presentation in slides, that it automatically defaults to our Google Drive. And sometimes it can be really challenging, especially with students, to help them keep organized. And that's one of the challenges that we have, but there is an easy fix using Google Drive. So Google Drive has the opportunity for both interactive folders as well as folders that you can change the color of to coordinate maybe a classroom color with a subject to your Google Drive. So let's take a look. To create a new folder, we're just going to right click. Right click gives us a shortcut. We can come right up here to new folder. You also have the option to coming over here and creating a new folder from this place as well. So once you create a new folder and we label it what we want to label it, so this one I'm giving the math title to. And you can see down here I have a math review back to school just Google form that I want to place into a folder. You can drag it and drop it. So I just click it and drag it, and I can drop it into that folder automatically. So I'm going to start by doing that. You'll see that it disappears from our general Google Drive and goes into the math folder. So when I click on it and I take a look, that Google form is now inside of my math folder. If I come back here and I see that maybe blue is the color I want to associate math with. So I'm going to right click, and you're going to see right here, I have the option to change color. So I'm going to choose blue to change my math folder to, and that just helps to quickly identify by color coding. When I was a teacher, I used to have excuse me, I used to have everything in my classroom was associated with a color, and that just really helped my students know what was coming up, where it goes, what color folder it goes in, and what color Google Drive it associated with. So every subject had its own color, and it just was a way that I could really help my students that struggled with executive functioning remain organized. So this Google folder is now blue, and blue is the color that I associate with math. So I can come into my math folder, and let's say that I want to have a new Google Doc. I want students to participate with some notes, and they have to take some notes. One of the neat things that we can do, if we're here in our general drive, we can come over to new and go to Google Docs, and this creates just a blank document. That's always easy. You can also type in docs.new, and that gives you a new document as well. However, if you have students that are struggling with organization, one thing that you can tell them to do is to go into the folder where they want the document to live. So let's say we're doing math notes. We're going to double click, and we're going to right click again where we have all of our shortcuts, or we can come over here to new. Once you have clicked inside of the document, the folder that you want, and you click a new Google Doc, you will have created the notes inside of this particular folder. So let's just name this Math Notes September 12th. And I click up here, and it's created. So I close out my notes, and we know that Google automatically saves for us once we label it here. It is automatically in the math folder. And so that's a way that you can help your students to keep organized. If you don't do that, it will go into the general drive folder, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But again, students that struggle with organization will leave it sitting in that general folder, and they won't know where to put it. So you can take a step away from them, have them click into the folder that you want it to live in, and then create the document or the slides presentation or the Google form or the sheets from that location inside of the folder. And that just helps to keep your information organized.